So what time is it?
It's Observer News.
All right.
Observer News.
Observer News. All right, y'all.
Yeah.
It's Observer News featuring who?
Tony Harvey.
Tony Harvey, y'all.
Quote unquote.
Quote unquote.
AKA
Observer
quote
staff,
unquote.
Yes.
So what's happening in the news?
I just want to start off again what we were talking about before we went on the air.
What is
about
that,
the
sir?
David Bowie thing,
Yes.
and how he was influenced by, black music, soul music, and then that thing where we were talking about the video, MTV.
The MTV.
That's basically the news. And just to get everybody up to speed, yes, David Bowie.
David Bowie passed away.
Just passed away.
Passed
Well,
away.
we've had several.
We have several. We had Natalie Cole passed away as
Natalie
well.
Cole passed away.
And the lady of now, I feel bad because I don't know her name. I can't remember her name.
What
But
did she
she
do?
wrote the ISIS papers.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yes.
Dr. Francis Kress.
Cress.
Dr. Francis Kress.
Wesley.
Yeah.
ISIS Papers.
He wrote the ISIS papers. Yeah,
Yeah.
she just passed away.
Wellesley.
That was an interesting book.
Yeah. The gentleman from The Whisper, the
Oh, yeah,
background,
yeah.
the background singer, but
Background
he was
singer
the
with the
choreographer.
beard. He was the choreographer. He was the
Yes.
guy with the beard.
Yeah, the tall.
Can't think
And
of it.
Natalie Cole.
I don't know why I don't have his name on
Yeah.
record, but yes, he passed away.
And
And
the
remember
beat goes on.
the Whispers was here in Sacramento
Yeah,
last
and
August.
that's why they were
in
missing
Del
one
Paso Heights.
person when he was here.
Exactly. They had
Yeah.
the twins and
The
the,
twins and other
gentlemen,
two guys.
Scotty and Walter.
Walter. and
Yeah,
Scotty,
and what's his name?
Walter.
Frank Blackwell was there too.
Frank Blackwell. Yes, but yes, man, all of these things just took place in the last couple of weeks.
Yeah,
I know that's kind of
last couple
sad. Like I said, I was sad up to hear about Natalie Cole passing
Yeah.
Oh, well,
because I'm a big fan.
Natalie was what, 59?
Very young.
58, 59? And all of a sudden.
I think she was a little older.
But she had
than that.
been-
I want
but
to
she's
say
been sick for a
65.
long
No. She, you know
69,
what?
it was
She's only
69.
like
69.
5 or
It's still
6
kinda
years older than I am. So meaning she was probably born in like 59 or 60.
I'm gonna pull it up real quick.
And because her father passed away in 65, the year I was born.
And she was right. Natalie.
So I'm thinking.
You gotta go to
So she 55, 56. That's just my guess, but she was fairly young.
she was 65.
65.
Was she
She was 65. She was born February 6, 1950, and passed away December 31st, 2015.
Wow.
Okay.
Okay, so she was a little older than I thought she was.
Yeah.
And like I said, I was very surprised that I don't know. To me, it didn't seem like he had all the fanfare that she should have got.
The week before though, they had a lot.
Because David Bowie. Like,
Yeah.
everybody-
Yeah, so many. I mean,
So many things
passings.
happen on top of that. So
Right,
it's like
and on top of that, people
can't get
passing
one
left
and
and right.
everything
Just
is
like
passing.
one person passed. Around this time of the year, for whatever reason,
It happens.
The
When
end of
there's
the year,
one,
the
there's
beginning.
usually three.
Yeah, and then 4 or 5.
Yeah.
and that's basically how it's been. But
It stacks up.
Well,
Mistakes.
she had recorded a Spanish album a couple of years ago that was over the top, and she did duets with her father because her
Yeah.
father was the
I have
first.
I have that record. Yeah.
Do you? Yeah. He was the first American, I want to say American musician to record a Spanish album. Yeah.
yeah,
Okay.
and he sung it fluently, if I remember.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mhm.
Exactly.
Like I said, he passed away in 65. Then she came back and they did that duet thing.
They did Unforgettable.
Right.
Oh,
that was 26 years ago. That was in 1990. And she won a couple Grammys for
Yeah,
that, too.
yeah.
yeah.
Because that was the first time they ever did that, where they actually brought somebody
They
together.
used that
with,
kind of
Yeah, what a
The technology. Yeah.
technology back
And she worked hard to get it done because a lot of people were not willing to do it because they thought it was a little weird, to have that kind of thing. And so she kept pressing. And so after she pressed enough, that's when they allowed
Now we
her
see
to
stuff
do
like that
it.
all the time.
Oh, you're doing it all the time. Holograms. and
Hologram, that's the name. Yeah.
stuff. They holograms.
It was well done. And she had she had, like other entertainers, she had an up and down.
Well, she had for the last few years she's been very sick, and not a lot of people knew it. She covered it very well, and she would disappear and she'd come back. She'd disappear. So
Did she have cancer or something?
Hepatitis, kidney,
and then kidney
she had,
failure and stuff.
she had kidney failure, and she had to have a new
Dialysis?
kidney.
A
Yeah,
new
she had
kidney,
to have a
yeah.
new kidney.
Yeah. Hey, some of those things come back,
She rejected it.
doing
her body
drugs.
Well, it was during that
was
period
a
of time
period.
when she was
She had a
doing
rough time.
drugs. Yeah,
She had a rough time. Because
That's sad.
if you go all the way back to the 70s when she did that one album, what
Your first
This
album.
Will Be and
This Will Be.
Our Love, and she was on
this will
top
be,
of the world.
it'll be forever.
She's
Her type of
beautiful
music
voice.
that she played will be you'll hear it forever. You'll hear it in commercials. You'll hear it in promotions. It's that kind of music.
Yeah.
You know.
So what else is happening in the Observer?
Oh, yes. Well, there's a couple other things that I did want to mention. If anybody know Ken Griffey Jr., one of the greatest sluggers in Major League Baseball, he's been inducted into the Hall of Fame.
All right. Congratulations. Yeah.
It was kind of weird about him. Definitely congratulations, because his dad played.
Oh, yeah.
I believe his dad is a Hall of Famer too. I have to check and see. But his career was kind of odd because he was picked to be Babe Ruth record. Hank Aaron's home run record first.
Yeah.
But he had a lot of injuries and a lot of setbacks and stuff. But he was he
was on pace.
He was on pace.
Yeah,
he was on pace, which he never got to that point because, like I said, with all the injuries and stuff.
Right.
But he was still able to make the Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
So just think if it wasn't like what it is now, because Barry Bonds currently holds the record, he would definitely be in that discussion too. But it doesn't really matter now because he is going to the Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
And
there's a lot of politics in the Hall of Fame thing, man.
I'm loving that. Now there's some local stuff that's going on here. We have a lady here, speaking of kidneys. Her name is Sherry Kiera Harris, who is desperately seeking a kidney transplant.
I saw her on the news last night.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Oh, okay.
I mean, they blasted this thing out like crazy, man.
We just put it on our website. I hope today, at least I was told it's going to be on there. But she's looking for a kidney. She's looking for that match.
She's had a situation where her family, she's gone through the family, there's no matches in her family. So she's saying that her miracle is going to come from a total stranger. Mm-hmm. Okay, because nobody that she knows directly can help her at this particular time. So she's putting it out there. And I'm amazed at how much coverage she's getting, because it's everywhere.
It is everywhere, and I'm glad you brought it up. Obviously, you have a personal.
Well, I know her from seeing around at different art shows and stuff. She's come around. She used to be around all the time.
She's very social. Yeah.
So she used to be around everywhere.
Is she an artist?
No,
she's just an art lover.
Events.
Yeah,
okay. She's just an art lover.
Yeah. Okay. She showed poetry stuff. She said go to art. I've seen her here. I've seen her at the Brick. I've seen her everywhere.
Well, I really do hope something comes because with us it's hard. It's much harder for us to come up with a kidney in these situations. So hopefully,
it is hard.
That would happen. Now, remember last year around this time, I think we were talking about a lot of legislation that they were trying to push through the state capitol.
Right.
Okay. Well, one of them was Governor Brown did sign. It is Senate Bill 227, where they will have where district attorneys in the state cannot be involved in officer-involved shootings. How they can take it to the grand jury, or they not charge at all. Where that won't even be there. It won't even be in their ballpark to make a decision like that.
Okay.
Right.
Okay. So it's a conflict of interest kind of thing.
Yeah, exactly. Okay. That's exactly what it was. And the person who authored it, State Senator Holly Mitchell. She's behind.
Cool.
Okay.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
And,
let's give
Holly Mitchell,
get on down.
sister, doing some wonderful things there, which now may open the door for our local Kevin McCarty, who's in the state assembly, to push through his bill. Now they're totally different bills, but hopefully this will have more merit and have more weight in trying to push the bill where there will be a third party, regardless, to look at these type of shootings.
Okay.
Instead of having the DA, they're bringing an outside independent agency to do
party.
the review.
Oh, that's awesome.
So he's looking installed on the assembly floor last year,
right?
But now they asking him to bring it back. Now,
I'm
like Holly,
Kevin McCarty is doing some amazing things.
He's doing more than I thought he would.
Yeah.
And,
but he is.
I know we've been discussing trying to get him on the show, and hopefully, that'll come into fruition. But yes, and he's doing things. He's doing a lot of things on the educational level because he's big into that. That first five, the kids' first 5 years, and get more funding for that and daycare and stuff because those first few years that these kids need, especially the single moms, need that help educational wise with their youth and infants. It's very important, and he's very passionate about that. But yes, he's in a way he's coming through and he's trying to do some things. If this is any type of news, and I always knew this too, gentlemen.
Was that a delayed reaction?
You okay, Mr. Brown over there?
Yeah. We're doing good.
We focus.
Yeah. And of course, Mother Rose was at the same spot. Every December 31st, everybody go out and do their thing to celebrate
New Year's Eve.
The New Year's Eve, celebrate, bring it into New Year's. Not every year, but off and on the last few years, I've been going to night watch at St. Paul Missionary Baptist Church.
Okay.
Night watch?
That's church.
Watch Night is what it's called. Now it's a service where it's about bringing in the new year and talking about discussion about the previous year. But what people don't know, what I had learned when I was growing up, is that had something to do with the Emancipation Proclamation. It was like a watch night. They knew that this bill was going to pass, and they were just waiting for that clock to strike midnight. Boom, and then they were free.
Yeah.
Well, the tradition still continues after 160 years later. So I did want to bring that up because someone did ask me, "Well, why you going to?" Why you why you going to church and stuff like that? And they wasn't being respectful and stuff like this. It's a tradition.
Yeah,
with us black folks. So, I did want to bring that up. So.
Okay, very cool.
And hey, matter of fact, just speaking of these black things, we got MLK.
The march is coming.
Yeah, March is coming up. Yeah.
Yeah,
So
on top of that,
news
then
on
next
that,
month.
or who's performing, or
I haven't really pulled in a whole bunch of news. I just know that Sacramento, 365, who
MLK
promotes the march here, they're still going to do their thing. That's going to happen this Monday, January 16th. I know this probably won't air till afterwards. That's about the extent of it. But I also know that a couple days before that, here in the bookstore, Underground Bookstore, Michael Daly will have a book signing and discussion here about his collaboration with
Cornell West.
Dr. Cornell West, yes. And Mike Daly, he's really in the music business around here in Sacramento, but he produced a couple CDs,
along with Cornell,
right, spoken word CDs, and they came out really well. They were well received.
He had CD.
Some great musicians on there.
Yes,
Prince is on there. He used Prince.
Prince, yeah.
Yes.
So what day is that?
That will be January 16th from 2 to 4 p.m. The name of his book, Mike Daly's book, is Truth Matters. Actually, it has Dr. Cornell Wesley on the front cover. And this was going to be a musical CD. And then he was working with an independent label, and some things fell through. She said, well, forget it. I'm going to write it in a book and show them what they missed.
Okay.
So that's what he'll be discussing on there. And Mike Daly, he's a very interesting character. I love the brother. He's been on me for almost a year, to get this out. And I look forward to hearing this discussion. But he has a lot of good things to say. He like we done all been through things, but he's one of those brothers who has learned and try to cultivate it into our community. So,
okay,
looking forward to that.
cool.
Sounds good.